Hey, Travis here, Stevens Truck Power again. Just want to thank everybody for watching our videos. We had an N14 roll into the shop. I shouldn't say roll, it got towed into the shop. This one actually has a hole in the block, but I'm taking it as an opportunity to talk about a hard start problem that this does not have, but I do see this online a lot. We get asked a lot of questions about my N14 cranks a long time, or it's really hard to start, and I thought, well, we got one sitting here. I'll explain some of the common problems with the hard start. Hopefully it helps you out. So M14 has a one-way check valve. This is the first most common problem right here. This one is a straight fitting. They do have some with a 90 also. I have one here in my hand that looks exactly like that one. So that's what that is. It's supposed to be a one-way check valve. This one is bad also. I can blow through it both ways, but there's a chunk in there that's supposed to be spring loaded to keep that from doing that. So as you know, it's running, it opens up. When the fuel pressure goes down, that's supposed to shut off and keep pressure in the system so that it starts better. So when you're having hard starting problems or long cranks, this would be the first thing to check. And sometimes they're broken, sometimes they just, you know, I've seen some with some like hay leaves or crud under it that you can clean and fix it and put it back together. So that'd be the one thing, and I'm just talking about easy fixes right now. I mean, obviously it could be a pump or injector issue or anything, but for the long crank, so you know, 10 seconds, 15 seconds, won't start, but when it finally starts up and runs, it runs fine. So that would be the first thing you want to check, is that check valve right there. Next thing is your filter. I've seen lots of controversy on filters online, and people asked us questions also as what filter to run. Cummins recommends Fleetguard, obviously. You know, you can take that for what it's worth. I do like Fleetguard. Some people don't. Some people will say, oh, you need a Baldwin, oh, you need a Donaldson. To me, it doesn't matter as far as the starting problem is concerned. I think Fleetguard runs good on Cummins, but what I want to show you about it is the difference in the filters. So here's a Fleetguard 1001. A couple filters will fit this, and I'll explain why we got two different ones, but the 1001 and the FS 1000 are both the filters that would fit the N14 and be right. And the reason why I say be right, because there's a lot that fit on there. These have an internal drop tube in them. I don't know if you can see that in the camera. There's a metal tube that goes clear down to about an inch off the bottom of the filter. Is that visible?
This slide does good.
Oh, okay. So anyway, yeah, like about an inch off the bottom. Because when these shut off, they do drain back down a little bit. So I've had people say, oh, I pulled my filter off and it's down about 3 inches. Well, that's normal. It's going to do that. And if you don't have this filter with the internal tube, it's going to suck air trying to pull that fuel back up. So that's the main thing I see on filters is, you know, you can use a Fleetguard, but you know what, Donaldson, I don't know what their number is, but and Baldwin, don't know their number offhand, but they do have a number that has the internal drop tube, and that's what you want. I just got another one off the shelf here to show you what the difference is that doesn't have the tube. As you can see the filter media right there. So if you can see that, that's not the filter you want for this truck. So you want one with a drop tube. Now the reason I have two here, and this is just my own deduction, I've been doing this for 30 years and worked on a lot of Cummins stuff, and this is just, I guess, gospel from Stevens Truck Power, in my opinion. But if you have a pump mounted filter, so for instance this truck is frame mounted and it actually has a Donaldson on it, or sorry, Baldwin. But if you have a pump mounted filter, which means the filter will mount right here, I found in my own that the 1001 is a shorter crank time than the 1000. Don't ask me why, but I know this because I've done this a billion times, and if you have a pump mounted filter, you will get a little shorter crank time with a 1001 on that. If you have a frame mounted filter, I always just use the 1000. It doesn't seem to matter for some reason which filter's on there. So we use the 1000 a lot too for right there. But if you have the pump mounted filter, in my opinion, and just doing it, the 1001 is slightly shorter on crank time. Someone may disagree with me, and that's okay. That's just our deduction. So hopefully that helps you out a little bit. I mean, like I said, there could be a million things. I mean, you could have pump problems, suction problems, injector problems. So I mean, it's not a cure-all. But if you're getting that long crank and the truck runs fine once it's running and has good power and all that kind of stuff, these are the things that you want to be looking at. That check valve, and make sure you're running the right filter. Again, I like the FS 1001 and 1000. If you're not a Fleet Guard guy, it doesn't matter. Just make sure you get the one with the internal drop tube so that you're sucking off the bottom of the filter and not the top right there. So anyway, hope that helps out. Leave us any comments if you want. Anyway, thanks for watching, and come check us out again.